So welcome to the broadcast, everyone. This is once again NewOaks AI podcasts with my host next to me, Ray Luan from
Hi.
Shanghai, China, in the U.S. What's
Yes, I'm
going
in.
on, dude? How's your trip been, Ray? Tell me
Yes,
about it.
trip has been doing very well. I flew from San Francisco to LA last week and
Hmm.
stayed here for almost a week. And I went to San Diego, and now I'm at Irvine. So meet a lot of people, a lot of fun stuff.
Wow. Met all kinds of folks, didn't you? As far as I can see, I've got a few names here that you've run into already while in LA. We've got Adrian in Irvine. We got Anil and Endy in San Diego. And you
Yeah,
got Ivan over there in, is that Temecula,
Temecula,
California?
California. Yes, yes, yes.
So tell me about the experience you had with those guys while you were there. What did you
Yeah,
do?
the
What did you
experience
do?
was very good. I the night I arrived in LA from Silicon Valley, right? I flew from Silicon Valley to LA and just get off plane and I met Adrian the same night, right
Mhm.
after airplane. It was very exciting. I didn't realize that LA traffic was much worse than San Francisco. Like it took me 1.5 hours from LAX to Irvine just to
Oh
drive,
no.
you know. Of course, other than the traffic, LA and Irvine, LA has better food and
Mhm. Mhm.
warmer weather. The weather is a little bit warmer than the North Cal, and
Gotcha.
yeah, and then in the second, I scheduled a couple meetings. Right, I met Andy in Irvine first, and we have a very good talk about AI digital business card and how to help him to get more customers, right?
Okay.
And then the other, it happens to there was a small and medium business expo called SMB Expo event
Mhm.
happening in San Diego I think it's last Friday. Then I drove down to San Diego and to meet Anil.
Mhm.
So Anil, Andy, and me, three of us, we were sitting at the certain hotel at the marina near the ocean, right?
Mhm.
Just to talk about NewOaks AI, talk about the AI, talk about business, and then we went to the SMB Expo conference and meet some prospective customers. It was really, really fun. And also in the meantime, I also managed to meet Ivan at a small town called Temecula. It is actually
Mhm.
the first time
Yeah.
went there. I'm not sure have you heard of that town before. It's well, I've been
I've never heard of it. I don't know
yeah,
anything about Temecula.
I've been working in LA for 2 years. I haven't heard that before, but interestingly, it
Right.
was very fun place to hang out with. It's a town famous by wine and
Mhm.
also beers. So I met with Ivan. We had very good talk, and we went to have some nice food. And afterwards, interestingly, I have another friend
Mhm.
who's also in the same town as Ivan. So another friend invited me to over to a brewing company.
Oh,
They
the Beer
host
Brewing Inc. Yeah, the
yeah,
Beer Brewing Inc. Cool.
the Beer Brewing Inc. And the name is like 8-bit. You know what
Oh,
8-bit? Like the
yeah.
guy literally used the theme in the I think it's 1980s, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The machines, right? The console machines, all this, and they even have the machine, the gaming machine in front of their restaurant, right? So
Oh,
people
really?
hang around, yeah, yeah, and they have a big yard, and you can taste the draft beer out there.
Oh, cool.
It was fun.
There's a lot of really cool microbreweries in this country nowadays. They have
Yeah.
several of them here in Michigan. They've had them
Oh, really?
popping up all over the place. Oh yeah, they show
Yeah,
up all the time. It seems like
yeah.
it was a fad at first, but it seems like nowadays it's become such a big lucrative business model that a lot of people are taking, notice of it, and there are breweries popping up. It seems like everywhere now as
Exactly.
a built-in kind of commodity of the town nowadays. So,
Exactly. I heard
uh,
there are about till 9,000 brewery plants
wow.
nationwide. So competition is fierce.
So
That's what I heard.
do we have a brewer bot then yet? We need a brewery
Oh
bot.
yeah. Good idea. No, no kidding. So me and my friend were talking about to build a chatbot for the brewing companies
Yeah, be
because
a
a
great
lot of
idea.
yeah, a lot of them were doing Instagram marketing, TikTok marketing. They're very big in branding and video creation,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So yeah, he showed me like my friend actually showed me a couple of top brewery companies, and they hire someone to manage their brand in Instagram. So interestingly,
Yeah,
they
for sure.
even use link tree underneath the profile
Yep.
of their Instagrams. Yeah, so that people can check more information. So that leaves the opportunity for news, right? We have
Mhm.
AI business card. So I proposed to my friends, say, hey, why don't you go talk to the brewing companies that
Mhm.
we can give them a good offer and use our AI talking card to replace Linktree.
Yeah.
So the chatbot can actually I mean engage with the customers and convert the prospective customers into leads, right? With
Yeah.
our card. So
And I think that's a big plus that we need to focus on too, right? Because not only is Linktree and Link in Bio, but Beacons is another one that does a similar process where it comes to this digital business card type link that they
yeah,
send everybody to.
yeah,
It's the way of TikTok, you know that. Everybody on
yeah,
TikTok says
yeah.
everybody to their link in bio so that they can find all their other links. And that's really what that business card works as. It's just a way to, from one link, get
Yeah.
somebody to all of your links without having to wonder where to go next. So
Yeah.
good.
So
I like it. In case anybody's wondering what that is growing on Ray's shoulder over there, what that is the black background behind him. He's ghosting out the image behind him, and because he has black behind him, it thinks it's part of his shirt. So it keeps going in and out and fading in and out over his shoulder here, and it looks like his shoulder keeps getting bigger and bigger. And that's just it's an anomaly of video processing through a green screen,
yeah.
which is what Zoom is trying to do without one.
Oh,
So it's just a technical issue. Ray, the only way to avoid that would be to turn off that blurring
oh,
that you're doing for the room, and that's something we're not really. It's
okay.
no reason to do that. So for today, you could turn if you just
Yeah,
turn everything so
yeah,
that that black background is
yeah.
not
That's
behind
the
you
chair. That's
exactly. Do you
yeah.
see what it is? Is it the chair?
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Okay, so it keeps popping up over your shoulder, just so you know.
Yep.
It's no big deal. We're just here to talk anyway, right, Ray? It's not a
Yep.
big concern. So
Yep.
we have Hilton Davidow in the house. We got Randall Flores, and he says wine country. I go at least once a month. That's right. So that
Wow.
must be over in the that must be where he was talking about over there in Temecula,
Yep.
right? Is
Do
that the
that.
wine
Yep.
country area? All right,
Yep.
cool. All right, so let's get on to New Oaks, Ray. For all those who are listening today, we do this every week. We come out here Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern so that Ray and I can give you a heads up. I own a white label of New Oaks under the name AIO Chatbot. So if you want to see how we operate a white label, but we're here for Ray's sake. We're here to get you guys to understand that this foundational software is something that you can use for your own business to either help you run your business or run a business that sells chatbots. So that's up to you as far as how you operate. But let's tell everybody, Ray, a brief overview of what's going on with the AI trends right now. A lot of news over at OpenAI. Tell them what's happening.
Yeah, the recent big news is that there's the rumor always said something true, right? So it is said OpenAI Sam Altman is raising another mega round of funding, right, for ChatGPT, which is $6 billion, but not valuation. They're raising he's raising $6 billion at valuation of 100 billion for OpenAI. It's a big news. I mean, it's probably
Crazy.
historically the second largest startup fundraising right after SpaceX.
Yeah,
Yeah, SpaceX was also valued at over 100 B, but come on,
that's crazy.
OpenAI with the release. That's why we have a lot of features has been released recently. The GPT 4o and GPT 4o mini, and now
Mm-hmm,
the O1 preview. O1 is
mm-hmm,
big, and O1 mini too, right? So
mm-hmm.
O1 is more on the influencing side of the story. It can solve complicated um, tasks and
Yeah,
job, right? So with all the release of the latest updates, I think Sam is aiming for the big big fundraising event. So some media like economists call it hectacorn, not unicorn, right? Unicorn is in general refers to $1 billion
Yeah.
startup, but it's a valuation. But this time it's a 6 billion fundraising, not
Yeah.
valuation.
Not valuation. His
Yeah,
valuation's 150 billion, which
yeah,
is again, like you mentioned, that's second only to SpaceX. So
yeah. It's huge. I mean, but I think the way I see that it's good for because AI see the two top rated valuation startup. First one
mhm,
was SpaceX, right?
mhm,
So SpaceX is setting human beings to immigrate to the Mars. And then the second largest one for now is ChatGPT and
mhm.
OpenAI. So AI and the rocket, those are the two future, the largest future technologies in human history. So it's very
Mhm.
exciting. With OpenAI's latest fundraising, I think the competition is getting much more fierce in the AI field. And I would say a lot of people will jump into the field and start to build more interesting apps.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
I
think that's a
agree.
good thing for the industry, for business in terms of the advancement and the
Well,
support.
how does let me ask, how does that, I mean, there's obviously going to be a ripple effect and there's going to be innovation that's going to take place thanks to the influx of capital, but
Yeah,
what does that do when you position a company like OpenAI as almost a monopoly over everything else in that regard? How
yeah.
does that affect the rest of the industry? Because you've
Mhm.
got all these other people building their own LLM models, but who's going to want to, none of them are going to ask for $6.5 billion,
Yeah,
obviously.
agree.
So what sets OpenAI so much apart that they can make such a bold advance, with a request like that? What do you think it is?
Yeah, good question. My view is that
Sure.
because OpenAI is the first AI company, right, who proved that the transformer model, the scaling law is working. So that they have the first mover advantage. It is about right now, the first mover advantage. And
Yeah.
also in the applications, on the application side, I think OpenAI is the first business that reaches like 200 million users
Hmm.
in human history. And within like, I can't remember exact number, but probably within 1 year. I think there's a chart says that it took Meta probably 5 years to reach 100 million
Hmm.
users. And it took TikTok 3 years to reach 100 million users.
Hmm.
Um, but it only took OpenAI like 1 year to reach 100 million users.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
and the speed of the developments in terms of a customer base is huge. So
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons. And well, I don't think it's gonna dominate the whole industry, even though there's still a lot of good large language models out there. For example,
Hmm.
Anthropic's Cloud, right? I think Cloud is catching up. Even the Cloud did not manage to raise that much funding. I think probably if I'm an investor, right? If I'm not really happy with ChatGPT's performance, I probably will go to Cloud. So
Yeah.
cloud is second, and then we have Grok from
I was going to mention that one.
yeah,
Yes.
Grok is also behind the scene. I mean,
Hmm.
Elon Musk is catching behind, and don't forget, Elon has the largest video data in on the earth, right?
True.
By Tesla, it's driving like millions of Teslas is driving every day.
Hmm.
I'm driving Tesla every day right now, right?
Yeah.
So Grok I think has an edge in terms of data. And don't forget Gemini from Google. Google still owns the largest, proprietary technology in terms of the foundation of large language model. So I
Hmm.
think Google is behind, but I think Google is also catching up. So we already have two other competitor models are like keep going with the competition. with ChatGPT and OpenAI. So I don't think OpenAI is going to be the only one in the market.
I want to throw this out there then, Ray. What is up with Apple? Why are they so far behind on everything that's going on in AI? Are they stumbling? Are they waiting? Are they like ready to unveil something? Is there any news at all about what Apple's doing with AI right now?
Apple partner with ChatGPT, right? That's the news.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it. It's
A
just
good
a
question.
mess.
Good question, Leland. It's a really great question. I don't know what's happened with Apple, but I think from what I heard there is that Apple's it's not in Apple's strategy yet
Mhm.
in terms of AI. I think Apple is moving toward to the side of hardware side of the story, not the software side, because Apple literally build their own GPU, right? Their own
Yeah,
servers. So
yeah,
I think I always aiming to compete with NVIDIA
yeah.
in
Well, that's
the
what I was going to say because I
uh,
have smaller, older RTX equipment here. I'm not even up to snuff on some of the newest equipment, but I see the extreme difference in like running generative AI imaging on, say, an RTX 2080 Ti versus an M1,
yeah,
Mac Mini. You
yeah.
can't even do it on an M1 Mac Mini, hardly. It
Okay.
takes a long time for the
Right.
processing to evolve.
Yeah.
Now we're talking the M3 chips, which
Yeah.
should be able to handle that with no problem. And obviously, they're always looking to build more silicon over there that advances above and beyond Intel and AMD and everybody else. But it's just been amazing to me to see that they have fallen so far behind in the generative AI end of things that they've just not even applied to it. And it's
Yeah,
kind of
but what
mind-boggling.
I think what Apple is doing is that they're building like the GPUs, also the computers, right? The
Hmm.
servers. So
Hmm.
the idea probably to allow the large language model to run on Apple's latest server or computer.
Yeah,
But Apple can always go with open source, right? With
true.
Meta's Llama, yeah, Llama 3. So
Mhm.
I think they're open source or the non-open source the large language models are like two different games. They're in two different games. But eventually I think the open source one will catch up, just like Android is catching up with iOS in
Yeah.
terms of software.
I heard a
So
new term the other day too, Ray, that's not open source and it's not retail-based software
yeah,
model, but it's literally like I can't remember the term and I'll have to dig it up again. It's a newer, like half-baked open source model that people are looking at now. And I'll fill you in on that later. Some term
yeah,
that just showed up in my feed the other day. So enough
okay.
of Apple. Let's get back to NewOaks. A lot of quick updates to cover. We'll start with the digital business card, Ray. You gave me a couple of videos here that we might be able to present, but if there's something else you want to, well, let's touch on a couple of the efforts made, obviously, with the code optimization and the Google Voice integration. What's going on there? And then we'll get to the video.
Yeah, so the Google Voice integration, yeah, we have already been integrated with Google Voice for a while, but latest, I recently the Google made some change on their voice app. So we have been catching up with Google Voice and streamline the process of the integration. So we will publish it again. Whoever is using Google Voice integration probably need to follow up the new
Oh, okay.
process. So
So
that's
reactivate your Google account with your
yeah,
NewOaks account so that everything's working properly.
yeah,
All right,
exactly.
cool. And then
And
the code optimization. You're just basically getting in there and streamlining stuff a little bit at a time, right?
yes, so the code up, literally, when we first launched NewOaks, it was in we're spend a lot of time to publishing the new features like
Hmm.
in daily basis. So the quality of the code is not as optimized as should be.
Yeah,
Right
that's
now,
expected.
we're paying the tech debt, and
Hmm.
we I mean we coded again, not from very beginning. Just we optimize the code
Hmm. Hmm.
and make it more modularized and easy to maintain. So the performance will be much more better and
Hmm.
stable
Love it.
compared with the
And
previous version. So
and
that's what
that's
I've been doing.
Well, that's something any user should be made aware of, that when it comes to software development, especially when you're at the cutting edge of industries where things are constantly changing on a daily basis,
Yeah,
you have to keep up and you have to simply take the time and effort every now and then to streamline and to make sure your code is optimized. Because, like Ray says, when they're putting together a component after component after component,
yeah,
just to satisfy the user base, there
yeah,
comes a time where sometimes these things overlap in code structure, and you've got to make sure that there aren't crossing wires, let's say, just to make it easy for everyone to understand.
yeah,
So you want to make sure that those crossing wires get removed or rerouted so that they do perform better on the underlying foundation of the software. So always good to hear that. Not a lot of companies take that extra effort to go back through and streamline their code. They figure if it's not broke, don't fix it. But
yeah.
Ray's taking the extra effort to make sure it's running smoothly. So, all right. A couple other things here. We got GHL integration testing going on right now. Those
Yeah,
people that don't know, let me just fill them in on what GHL is, Ray. It's the acronym for Go High Level, which high level is an application that is a CRM conglomerate build, which a lot of people use as a foundation for their agencies. So people use this to deliver email, phone messaging, chatbot widgets, all that type of stuff incorporated with a CRM so they can build websites and apply automations to their business and help their customers. So Ray's incorporating with GHL in what way?
yeah. So the idea is that we use webhook and API to integrate with Go High Level, so that business owners can keep using Go High Level to automate their business their sales funnel, right? To follow up with their prospective customers with Go High Level's data in their pipeline opportunities. But in the same time, on the front end, because I heard a lot of complaint about Go High Levels chat, but is not performing really well. So that I see that is an opportunity for us to
Mhm.
get into uh, that better part of the market and to help business owners to build a better chatbot to book appointments and also do SMS messages.
Mhm.
So because we have a Google Voice and Twilio application, right?
Yeah.
Can implement the bots onto Twilio and Google Voice to text customers. So the idea is that the Go High Level customers can use NewOaks as their front end to engage,
Mhm.
capture lead, and make appointments with customers, and also, but in the same time, still use Go High Level CRM to
Mhm.
store the data into their pipeline opportunities and to do the automated follow up with email, text message,
Mhm.
and also in their own website. So that's the
I'm
whole idea.
And I'm glad to hear that, Ray. I have a GHL account myself,
Yeah,
besides the one that I built myself. So it's like, when it comes to CRMs, I'm very well attuned with what's happening out there. And GHL is one of those, not to knock any software development company at all, but just to let others make it obvious. They use the software, they complain about what it can do versus what it can't do. And that's why Ray's making the effort to give them literally a plugin within GHL where they can say, here, add your NewOaks AI chatbot to your system so that you can utilize this instead of that, which is great to always have that agnostic capabilities within a CRM where you can just go to whichever vendor you choose and not be locked in, by some type of monopolized input that people plug in for you,
yeah.
and make you use. So, all right, let's get on with the big ones, Ray. We've got two big announcements coming up with the digital business card. We
Mhm.
have the official launch of the New Oaks AI digital business card for free, is what it says here. Is that what I heard?
Yes,
For
yes, yes,
free? And its use case. Tell us about the digital business card,
right.
Ray, and I'll get some video going here for you.
So the reason that I build digital business cards, that I realized that what we're doing right now is actually automate the sales funnel to follow up to do the
Mhm.
conversion for business owners. But there are two kinds of business owners, right? One type of business owners is they have their existing customers. The most pain point is their follow up work and process. But there's some business owners who are new to whatever industry that they are in. They need more customers to start their business. So a digital business card is an inspiration from Linktree, as we literally build an alternative to Linktree so that people can use that to get traffic on both online and offline. For example, I carried the our own business card and put a QR code as a screen
Mhm.
protection wallpaper, and then show people around while I was in the small business expo. And some of them were the mind was blown
Oh, I bet.
by it. Yeah, I even like build a AI card in the field. I mean,
While you were there,
yeah,
that's
for
cool.
a customer, and he was very happy. Like took me 5 minutes to do everything built from scratch on my cell phone. His
Exactly.
cell phone, actually.
And we
So
got, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
yeah, so the well the what we did is that we renovate the page, right, for digital business card, and also streamline the process a little bit. It's totally free, just if you do not use the chatbot feature. Even
Mhm.
if you chatbot feature, we offer like 30 messages for free for every
Oh,
month.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's the
Well,
whole
that
idea.
makes sense. Now, is there audio on these videos you recorded for me, Ray? Or do I just want to kind of play these out to let
Yeah,
people
there's
see how
audio.
it's? All right, well, we're going to go ahead. Ray gave me a couple of short 20, 30-second videos on the business card itself so you can see because there's been some changes to the interface as well. I cannot show you those. We ran into some issues with the screen sharing this morning on Zoom. It's messing with my video when I try to use the screen share. So we're not going to do that to give you guys the NewOaks page. You can take a look at that yourself. But here's a video that Ray did. I've got two of them. I'm going to play them both in a row so you can see the digital business card in action.
Why settle for a generic space when you can create a sanctuary? Our studio provides you with high-quality housing cases and
They
plans
can
to
hear this,
turn
Ray.
your vision
Yep.
into reality. We look forward to providing you with high-quality housing resources and helping you find the right house. Why settle for a generic space when you can create a sanctuary? Our studio provides you with high-quality housing cases and plans to turn your vision into reality. We look forward to providing you with high-quality housing resources and helping you find the right house.
So tell me a little bit more about how this URL to video actually works on the back end of NewOaks.
Right. So literally we scrape the data out of the URL was input, and we use image of within the data, the image within the data to train the model. And also we use AI to rewrite a script. And the second part, the other part is that I need I mean the whoever the user needs to record like 1 or 2 minutes of video, well, with their own voice, so that the large language model can learn about the AI's avatar's voice and voice
So they
and
are self-training the voice on
yeah.
the inside for their own voice. That's perfect. That's what we
Right.
really want to
And
have anyway.
combine everything together, right? So the idea is that when the AI was designing the script with the
Mhm.
voice and the image of the properties or any products in the video, and also in the right position to play the AI avatar with a personal voice, right?
Gotcha.
And the description. So that's the whole
That's
idea,
really cool.
is
I
to
like that.
yeah, it's to build a trust between within the videos without the feel of AI, but with a more personalized
Yeah.
feature, right? Make it more human.
Yeah, there's a lot with those fake cartoon avatars that just seem to be playing on, and a lot of people are like, yeah, whatever, these things are goofy. They just don't really make that much sense from a business perspective. They're okay for like a blogging site or something like that where you're just giving information to people. But when you're dealing in a business environment, I think it's a little different. So let's just cover then, Ray. Interview wise, we've got 16 complete, 4 remaining. I'll take one of those. So we're down to 3. If you're gonna sit with Ray and talk about how you can use how you're using New Oaks in your business, then make sure you reach out to him at support@newoaks.ai. We're looking to find people in the area that Ray's in because he wants to help him while he's here. He needs to know more about U.S. business operations. He knows how it's done, but he's going to get more insightful information from the users of the bot itself. So if you're using it, if you're in the area, get a hold of Ray and let him know what's. In conclusion, we've covered pretty much a lot of stuff. You might have to reboot your Google Voice connection to the back end of NewOaks, thanks to some of the updates they've done. Ray's done some heavy code optimization. We have the new GHL integration available coming very soon. And then the digital business card has had a huge upgrade. You want to go take a look at that with its new real use case using the URL to video. So, Ray, give us a call to action before we leave here tonight. What do you want from the users of NewOaks on your end? What would you like to hear?
Yeah, I want as prospective user or current user, please reach out to me by all means. Either go to the Discord channel or go to Facebook or send email to support@newoaks.ai to tell me your feedbacks. And also, if you're not familiar with NewOaks yet, please go to www.newoaks.ai to try out the new features. For example, try the free digital business card and let me know how you think. Hopefully, it can help you to get more traffic and customers.
Absolutely. And just one last comment coming from Hilton. He says, Google Notebook LM podcasts. Any use cases or ideas on this advancement? Have you had a chance to play yet? Not sure what you're referring to, Hilton. Do you know anything about what he's speaking of there, Ray?
No,
Okay.
No, I probably it's a new large language model. So
That's what it looks like for a notebook or something for
yeah.
podcast. So fill us in a little bit, Hilton. We'll talk about it next week. So leave a comment over in the community. And if you're not part of the NewOaks community, head over to Facebook, where we do have a Facebook group where you can come in and watch these videos after the fact. The page is there to represent when they go live, but if you actually want to see the replays, head over to YouTube at NewOaks AI, where you can watch every one of the ones that we've done so far. This is, by the way, episode 13. So, Ray, I'm going to let you go. You've already been held over 10 minutes longer for my mistake. So we'll get back into the video creation and get you guys some of the videos you need on YouTube. Watch for those to drop this week. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Take care, Ray. Have a good day.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.